Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today is my September/October monthly musings, where I talk about my practice, what I've been up to, what I was watching, what I've been reading, what I've been using, all that good stuff. And I almost didn't film this because my practice was almost non-existent for an entire month, like mid-September to mid-October. And I'll talk about that when we get to decks. I'm going to show you a couple new goodies that I got. First, I'm going to show these cute little boxes. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. I have a very small Dollar Tree in our town, but we are getting a new one. There's our big excitement. But anyway, these boxes came out at the end of September. They're just empty little boxes, the small, the medium, and I think they had a large one. I bought them, went back 2 days later, they were gone. But they fit my decks perfectly. I was so excited about this. This is the Vampire Tarot. So this is your basically standard Llewellyn size deck, and it fits in this little box perfectly. So I hope the Dollar Tree has these next year. And the medium-sized one fits my Handmade Ancestor deck perfectly. So I really scored picking up these two boxes. Something else new that I got in was this Kipper deck. The Christephania, I think is how you say it. Kipper. Did I show this already? I don't know. I have tried to film this video so many times. I've gotten to the point where I think I've said things on my channel already. I'm not sure if I said them because I think I might have recorded them in another video. It's okay. Anyway, so if I did, sorry for the repeat. It's a Kipper deck. Do I know how to read Kipper? No. But I bought the deck anyway. From what I understand, I don't even have any Kipper books. From what I understand, you kind of read Kipper like Lenormand, I think. If you read Kipper, let me know in the comments below. I fell in love with the images on the card. That's really why I bought it. And so I figured I have some Lenormand. I do read some Lenormand, and I have like 5 decks of that, and I thought this would be just, I don't know, something fun to play around with. Have I read with it yet? No. But I have it, and that's the important thing. So yeah, let me know if Kipper is really different than Lenormand. I'm sure they're pretty close to each other, but I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong on that. The other deck that I got is the Story Oracle 78 Cards and Guidebook, a Creative Writing Inspiration Deck. I got this after seeing it on Lisa Pepez's channel. I have no desire to write. Now look, I've shuffled this deck a handful of times and it's warped from corner to corner. So just know that. I have no desire to learn to write a story. That's not why I picked these up. I picked them up to actually read with them like an oracle, or read with them almost like a Lenormand or something along those lines. Basic images, single word or phrase, and the guidebook. Okay, so let's go with mistaken identity. So for this card right here, it has an upright and a reversed, meaning you've got the wrong person, an unfortunate coincidence, confusion, trust misapplied, switching places, getting roped into someone else's drama, in the wrong place at the wrong time, a twin, evil or otherwise, a doppelganger. And then reversed is easily recognizable, impossible not to notice, and so on. So it's very easy to read it as just a run-of-the-mill oracle deck, but I just liked the concept of it. I liked the straightforward images on it. Like I said, that kind of put you in that Lenormand style where it's just a straightforward image on there. And I don't know, I found it really interesting, and so I picked it up. I was playing around with it and obviously shuffling it, which is why it is warped now. But I was playing around with it and just like, where did my year start? Where am I at now? And, where's my year ending? Yes, you can do that with any oracle deck, tarot deck, whatever. But I just was like trying to read the story of it. And then, well, what was the crossroad? And then what was the whoops, and I could just build on this story. And I don't know, it was relatively inexpensive. And I got it off of Amazon. So yeah, I've been playing around with this. And I know I talk about my clients here, which I'll kind of address this now since we're kind of talking about decks. For some reason, people thought that when I said I use these decks for members in the month of whatever, that they thought that was the only decks I use for members. That's not true. Each reading I do for a person, I use whatever deck I feel drawn to. When I talk about using decks for clients, instead of me having to go into this big explanation, I have a very tiny membership group. I talk about doing energy readings for clients all the time, and those clients that buy these packages of readings off of me get access to this group. So I do things in there for them. I do taroscopes, and I do pick-a-cards, and I do personalized one-card readings for them every month, and I do weekly energy outlooks, and there's a whole bunch of things I do in this private group on Facebook. So circling back around to the story cards, I'm going to do like little story readings for them in the month of December. What else did I get new? I think that's it for new. So let's talk about books I read, because I actually read the past couple months. I finished this book. This is Talking to Spirits by Sterling Moon, a modern medium's practical advice for spirit communication. I enjoyed this. It's a short read. It is 177 pages. It's right to the point. The little tabs are pages that I wanted to mark of her visualizations that she gives, like if you're starting out or whatever, which obviously I'm not, but I enjoyed the visualizations that she provided in here, and I wanted to try some of them out. So basically, I'll go to the content. She talks about your mediumship journey, spirits of the dead, deities and higher beings, negative entities, other oddities, and possibilities. So this like section is kind of like spirits that different spirits you can encounter. Then the spirit communication fundamentals, 6 steps of spirit communication, bells and whistles, haunted places, and so on. It is very, very to the point. If you want a very quick read on, basically communicating with spirits. But I have not read through all of Claire Goodchild's, oh geez, what is that one called? Not the new one. Oh, her book of seances. I have not read through that one completely to see if she says similar things in there. But pretty much all, this is if you're looking to communicate with spirits, all mediumship books kind of touch on the same thing of, grounding, protecting the different spirits that are out there. Communicating with spirits you need to practice it. You can read about some of the things that you may want to do to open up that third eye and that sort of thing. But you have to do it and learn how they talk to you. There was this one visualization that she talks about viewing things from, is this it? The mind room. Talks about this room where if you feel that you have something negative around you or you're unsure what spirit it is and you don't want direct communication with them, that you can go into this meditation in this room and like you're in a, what's that called? Like a police lineup, kind of, where you're behind a glass and but they can't see you. It's mirrored on their side. And you can look to see what they are, but then they can't see you and I found that very fascinating. I'd never heard that before. So that was a new concept to me of doing that. I have guardians in place that are protective of what comes through and what doesn't. And so I never thought about using like this room to see what else is there. I found that very fascinating. The other book I started reading, and I'm not that far into it, and that is Kelly Ripa's Livewire Long-Winded Short Stories. And this is about her life and from her personal life when her and her husband met all the way through her career and children and so on. And I like reading celebrity biographies. It's one of my favorite style books to read. So this is okay. I'm about 100 pages in. I had to take my mom to several doctor's appointments and things in September and October, so I had a chance to, read that in the waiting room. So let's talk about shows. I am watching, or we are watching, because I watch most of them with my husband. We are watching The Morning Show. It's on Apple TV with Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, and everyone else's name in the show is leaving me, but those are the main characters. It is basically like it's a morning news program, and it's the behind the scenes of this broadcast show. It's really good. I do enjoy it. The second one that we just started watching on Apple TV is Lessons in Chemistry with, I think it's Brie Larson. And I really like this. It's brand new. We're only 3 episodes in. It's this woman. It's based around this woman. She has her master's degree in chemistry. She works for this corporation. I don't know what they are. It's a bunch of chemists, and she's a lab tech, and basically a lab tech only because she only has a master's. It's set in the 1950s, so that's the era where men looked down on women and everything. And it's her story trying to find her place, and I'm really enjoying it. We both are. The other show that we're watching, season 2 of Loki on Disney Plus. I like it. I like what's his first name? Hiddleston. I can see him. I'm not big into the Marvel. I watch the Marvel movies, but I'm not obsessed over the Marvel movies. But I do enjoy this Loki series. I think he's funny. We also finished The House of Usher on Netflix. That was phenomenal. I'd love to know if anyone else watched it. Based on, what is it, Edgar Allan Poe, I believe. His stories, it was fantastic. I would watch that all over again. And finally, 2 days from the day I'm filming this, The Gilded Age Season 2 starts. I obsess over period pieces, period dramas, period series, whatever. I was obsessed about Downton Abbey. Julian Fellows wrote that. He also writes this, The Gilded Age. I rewatched all of season 1 just to prepare for this, and I am really excited about it coming out on, I think, Sunday. And my only gripe is, it's on HBO, by the way. My only gripe is it's too short. The first season was only 8 episodes, and I believe this is only going to be 8 episodes. So, anyway. Okay, so enough of me rambling. I think I showed you everything and talked about everything, so let's get to decks. So I said my practice was non-existent. Well, that didn't happen until mid-September. So for my client, in my little group, I used this pairing. This is the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle, Haunted House Tarot, and the MiniDivi Ghost Oracle. And I really do like how these pair together. I like the messages that came through for them. And I use this for tarot scopes that I do for those clients. And yeah, it was fun to work with. I enjoy this Haunted House Tarot so much. I just love it so much. I've talked about it, I think, in other VRs of how much I like this, and it is not one that I save for spooky season. I will use it whenever for whatever kind of readings, and I enjoy this little ghost MiniDivi deck also. Another deck that I tried to use for myself is the new Vampire Tarot. I really do love this deck. I have nothing to complain about when it comes to this deck. And sorry if there's a glare. It's like getting ready to downpour outside, so the overhead light's on. I could read with this also at any point in time in the year. And the couple like little mini energy readings I did for myself in September, I had a lot of fun using it. So what happened to my practice? To make a long story short, I think I'm having, or was having, a more difficult time with my son being away than I realized. And it didn't hit me until life started to slow down a little bit. Everything was a whirlwind at the end of summer. I didn't have time to think, let alone to process anything. And when all his extra trips home ended, then it started to sink in because my life got slower. I didn't have to do for everybody. How do you like that, for summing that up in one sentence? But yeah, and I think it just kind of really hit me hard. And it's just a process. It's a process of letting go, and I'm in the process of that. So, but when I was in the midst of feeling all those feelings, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to pick up the cards, work with the cards. I didn't want to. I just wanted to sit and process those feelings. Could I have used cards to process it? Sure, absolutely. But I didn't, and that's okay. Another deck that I used, this is the Under the Roses Lenormand. This is one of my favorite Lenormand decks, and I didn't put this in my big journal. I just used this in like 3-card reading for a day, and I didn't do it every day. It was just sporadically I would do it, and sometimes I'd jot it down so I could remember it. Sometimes I didn't. It just depended on what I felt like. But it was nice getting out the Lenormand again and working with it, even if it was just for a short period of time. So moving into October, what I did for my little private membership group. I did this whole haunted house, and I used the Trick or Treat Tarot, and we worked through our fears of entering the house, the changes that the house was trying to illuminate for us. Then we looked at masks that we show the world to protect ourselves. And then the final week, I pulled cards that were messages from the ancestors. And I encouraged them each week to get out their deck and to pull a card along with what I was posting for them. So just, so you know what I'm talking about when I say that I guess the deck was half and half when I do things, for members, clients, whatever in that group. That's, kind of what I do. I've already worked out November, and we're going to be working on gratitude and building up that energy. So as you know, and I'm not going to show them, but I do want to point something out. As you know, I worked with or got in the Beloved Dead, talked about it, and I did work with it for a couple weeks. I would say I probably did, 8 or so readings with this deck. And I just want to give a heads up because I know this bothers some people. It doesn't bother me, I guess, but the edges are chipping. And it's probably not showing on camera, but it is really bad. I'm assuming this is like the gilding. Well, it's not, because it's in the black. Like the black right along the edge right there is like chipping off. So that was only 2 weeks worth of use, approximately 8 or 9 readings. So if that's something that irritates you and you don't like it when decks do that, just keep that in mind, because I don't think I'm a hard shuffler, but yeah, it's all chipped up all along the edge. For myself, I did pull out my little pocket edition of the Cali Oracle and would just pull a card here and there, hoping that she'd light some fire under me and, maybe help me get back on track a little bit. But what really pulled me out of my divination slump that I was in is working with the Rosebud Tarot, which, oh, here you are. I'm like, I don't see you because I have you out of the box. Working with the Rosebud Tarot and this Soul Trees Oracle for the Drop 'em 78 challenge. Now, I just showed you these other decks that I was, like the Cali and the Beloved Dead and that I was using for myself. I know that you are technically supposed to just use this deck till the end of the year. And I am studying this deck wholeheartedly with enthusiasm until the end of the year. But I'm going to use my other decks for me. Yeah, I'm a rule breaker. What can I say? However, what I am going to say is I will forever pair these two decks together. They just sing with each other. It is so beautiful, the clarifying messages that I get using this oracle to clarify what this card is maybe trying to speak to me and say. I love it. I love how the colors seem to pair perfectly with whatever card that I have shuffled and pulled out of the deck. They just are beautiful. And so, yeah, it's, oh, like, I don't know what's going on here. So, yes, it's probably going to be a bonded together pair. This deck is fantastic. I mean, for being trees, I really, really love it. And you get a lot of cards. 80. You get 80 cards in here, even if you just use it for the keyword on it. And don't consider the colors or, you know, whatever else is on the tree. It's just, it's great. And we're all over the place, so I'll stop showing it. So at the time I'm filming this, I am hoping, I've got fingers crossed, I am hoping to get that 11/11 Oracle video filmed and up sometime. So I'm hoping sometime in the very beginning of November. I appreciate all of you that took the time to vote on that in my community tab. I have been very blessed recently with an uptick in clients and reading requests, so I've kind of been a little swamped. But I'm going to try to get that video done. So before we go, I'm going to go ahead and pull a MiniDivi Ghost message for the collective because I thought it would be fun to do. And this one flew out. So we got the Ghost family. Stick close to the ones you love for maximum comfort. Take that message with you today. I hope it resonates in some way. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate you being here. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel here grow, and I appreciate all that love that you give me. Let me know what you worked with in September and October. Let me know what you think of any of those decks. If you ever have any questions about my readings, you can feel free to send me an email, or you can join my Facebook group where I post my availability, readings I have available, and so on. And is that it? I think that's all. So until I see you next time, bye.